Welcome to CelebBuzz.com. My name is Hyla, coming to you from our Hollywood studios, and excited to have the host of Entertainment Tonight joining me, Nancy O'Dell, who has turned into a bit of a techie. Now, before we jump into that, let's talk about the big news this week, and that's Dancing with the Stars.
Melissa and Tony.
I'm telling you, I mean, what is the chance that you would have dropped out, she stepped in and took your place, and then wins the whole thing?
That's what I said. I told both of them. I actually emailed them both the night before, and I said, now, if you win, I do expect to be mentioned in your acceptance speech. So I laughed and said, you know, I actually emailed Tony, too, separately, and I said, now, see, aren't you glad that I actually got my bum knee? Because I don't know if I could have taken you all the way to the finals.
Oh, come on, why not? This has got to be motivating for you. Like, wait a minute, I got to go in now. It's fate.
No, see, she's done as far as she could go. So now for me to go back, it would just be, you know, I could only just tie. So it was, but I love Melissa so much. She's such a great gal. So if there was anybody that was going to take over after I had knee surgery, it would be Melissa. And I'm happy for Tony because he needed to win one.
Yeah, for sure. I think he was more excited when you see the reaction.
It's so true. He couldn't sleep the night before. Yeah. We actually had Max in that day of the finals, and he was like, Tony didn't sleep last night.
He's a good guy. Tony's so much fun. I'm sure you've interviewed him a million times, and yeah, he's a lot of fun. Yeah. Let's talk about your venture into tech world.
Yes, I'm very excited about this.
You decided an app. Tell us about your app.
Well, my daughter is forever playing on apps. She's obsessed with them, and I love the fact that so many of them are educational. And one of the reasons that I wanted to do this one called Little Ashby Star Reporter is because everybody always asks me why I decided to become a reporter, because I actually majored in marketing, and I started out in TV sales, but I started doing some reporting on the side because I was at a TV station, and you could be green, and but I loved it, and I actually decided that that was the path I wanted to take before sales, because I was constantly learning something every single day. So every place I would go, every person I was interviewing, I was learning about people and all kinds of different stuff, laws and things I had to report on. And so when I was watching my daughter, you know, interact with the app, I thought, what a great story series this would be. And I thought, well, app's kind of the way to go, but a story series where kids get to go to all these places, and on their way to all these places, they're learning. They learn where the place is, so they learn geography. Like maybe little Ashby will go to the moon. She'll interview an astronaut. She'll learn about our first landing there. She will go to the Grand Canyon, learn how it was formed. And so she, along with her little fantastic crew, as I call them, go on all these adventures and learn so much at the same time.
Does she know that she's a famous app now? Does Ashby, can she rap her? Does she brag to her friends like, yo, download my app?
She does. She thinks they're actually real characters right now. It's my daughter. It was named after. I asked her, I said, who do you want me to name the little reporter? What should I name her? Help me think of a good name. She's like, Ashby?
Duh.
I'm like,
duh.
Okay. So at that point, if I'd named anything else, she'd be mad at me probably the rest of my life. So,
take me through the process of building an app. I mean, something that I'm not familiar with. Was it new territory for you, obviously? Did you have fun building it?
I had the best time. It became like a labor of love.
So you sit down with some techies, and how do you put this together?
I sat down with, I found these guys named, they're with a company called Story Times, and they do the storybooks all the time for kids, and this one is a storybook, and it's super interactive, but they had asked me to do one for charity, and so I read the Three Little Pigs for them and became friends with them, and then they said, have you ever thought about doing anything else? And I said, well, I've thought about this series of books about a little reporter who goes exploring, learns morals, values, because the story has that too, and it starts out as a Hollywood, you know, story. They actually go to cover Santa's big premiere.
Nice.
And Santa has a publicist, by the way. Of course, I had to throw in some Hollywood funniness
in this
there,
day and
right?
Age, for sure.
But they learn acceptance along the way, because there's a narwhal, which they learn is an animal in the Arctic, and there's real life video of all these animals that live there, so the kids can click on that and tap and do all kinds of things. And they learn acceptance because narwhal has this long tooth, that whale, and people are kind of making fun of him, but he winds up saving the premiere.
Nice.
So Ashby comes back with a report on what the holiday spirit is all about. So the kids learn morals and values in addition to education, and then games reinforce it at the end. But
so this is really timely too. You said there's a lot of holiday themes in here.
Oh yeah.
So people should be buying this now on iTunes for the holiday season.
The first story is holiday themed. It's called, you know, Little Ashby Star Reporter, Santa's Big Premiere. So it's Santa's send-off.
That's more important than any Oscar red carpet. Santa's.
I think so too. It's what the kids are all interested in. But the Story Times guy, I didn't finish answering that question for you. The Story Times guy said, you know, hey, let's do an app. So it really just starts with the story, because we started writing the story, then an artist helped me come up with the characters, and I said I wanted to kind of look like this, and I did pigtails because my daughter
Sounds
wears
like
pigtails
fun.
every now and then I was like, these are the people that have, actually the boom microphone there, Boomer, is actually voiced by my actual audio guy at Entertainment Tonight.
Nice.
He has those crazy, fun kind
Now,
of voice.
is your co-host, your new co-host in here?
No.
Because if your new co-host, who is a CNN weather guy, by the way,
Yeah.
I wasn't asked to audition for this new role, whatever, and he's in your new app, then that would bother me a little bit.
Yes, that would be good to see you be jealous. You should just, you
Yeah.
want to do it with me right now?
What's-
Just
yeah,
see
how
if you
does
can
that
do
work?
It. Like,
How does it work? Well, tell me
let's
what
see
you
how
do.
you do it well. You got to go next on Entertainment Tonight.
Next on Entertainment Tonight.
Little Ashby, star reporter.
This is horrible.
You're doing a good
This
job.
is exactly
You're
why
doing
they didn't bring me
fabulous.
into audition.
I think you did wonderful.
How do you like your new co-host? So what's it like bringing in new blood onto the set?
I really like him a lot. I told everybody it was fun for a minute. First of all, I loved Mark Steiness, who wanted to do a
Sure.
show in the Hallmark. Oh my gosh, he's such an incredible guy. After him, and he's a very good-looking guy. There's Rob there.
Yeah.
Mark, my old co-host, is such a great guy
He's
too.
so clean. He's
Say,
got
look at him.
Republican
I
hair and this
know
strong
it.
jawline.
I guess that was
There's
strong.
nothing I can't compete with this guy. Look at
He's
that.
very
No gray
believable.
hair.
Look at that.
This guy's a hunk. I can't. They picked well.
He went through a whole bunch of rounds.
Look at that.
I
He
would
takes
say.
on hurricanes. I don't have
That's
the
what I
guts to
said.
take on a
Listen,
hurricane.
I said, you know, if you can cover all these hurricanes,
Yeah,
you
he
can
can
handle
cover
anything
Lindsay
out of
Lohan.
Hollywood. Exactly.
No doubt. No doubt.
But he's good. I felt like I was going through a round of speed dating for a while because I had, like, one day I had like 3 good-looking men, and they were kind of like carting them in at different times. So they didn't kind of see each other, so
Yeah.
I'd be talking to one, and another one walked by, and then I'd be talking to another one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm cheating. And all
It's
the
like
people trying
dating in
out.
Los
It
Angeles,
was.
literally.
It was like speed dating.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. All right,
exactly.
Nancy, the app one more time so people can pick this up.
Little Ashby Star Reporter, and you can find it on iTunes,
It's
of
on
course,
iTunes
at the
right
App
now.
Store. And the first storybook is called Santa's Big Premiere, and they get to go and learn all about the North Pole and where it is and why it's dark all day long in the winter and all those facts that they'll come away with, along with a great story with moral and values.
There you go. So you already have one gift knocked out. Check. Say thank you to Nancy for that, so you don't
Oh,
have
the
to
best
stress
thing
about
about
it.
it is the kids can play with it for an hour and a half while you're traveling, because trust me, I tested it out
Right,
on my
when
daughter.
you're flying to grandma's house. Exactly. So thank you so much.
Thanks
Don't
for
forget,
having
for the
me.
biggest news breaking right now, head on over to Celeb Buzz.